and that'll be into the early part of Saturday. Excuse me. After we get into the weekend, there's still the possibility of some thunderstorms. Severe weather chances right now don't really amount to much. There is going to be a marginal threat well to our west. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little while. In the meantime, again, little, if anything, showing up in the way of problems for tonight. It is chilly out there, no question about that. So if you have any plans for being outdoors through tonight, it's already in the 40s, was in the 40s, maybe in the 30s now. We'll take a look at the current temperatures coming up here in just a little bit. Let me make certain I've got audio here real quick. Okay, so far so good. Looking on there. And we're good to go for weather overtime for peak of the week Wednesday. It is the 6th of December. Time is flying by, so we are running out of month already. And it seems like we just got started about a month ago or so. We'll get into the forecast here in just a little bit and show you a little bit more about what we're looking for. A spectacular autumn picture, early autumn morning from Frankie Dunbar in Cleveland, Tennessee. Thank you very much for that view. That's our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, please send them to us at pictures@wdef.com, or you can post them to the social media pages in the comments section. If you'd like to go ahead and post them there, we'd love to be able to see what you're seeing out there. Tomorrow was supposed to be a little breezier. It looks like right now the breeze is going to hold off. Southwesterly winds at 5 to 10, and those southwesterly winds are going to be what we see bumping the temperatures up by just a little bit. Keep forgetting to mention, if you're on Twitch TV, welcome to the show. Thanks to everybody who's followed me in the last few days. If you've got a question, drop them into the stream chat function on Twitch, or again, drop them into the comments section on Facebook. If there's something we don't know, then I'll say so, and we'll try to get you an answer to what it is you're looking for out there. So please throw that in if you can. Likewise, tomorrow should be a good day on the golf course. It's going to be very frosty in the morning, so may want to let things warm up a little bit. But a mild day, just above normal temperatures. We spend most of today below normal, and then getting above normal again into the next day or two afterwards. But again, a jacket wouldn't be a bad idea. A coat in the morning if you're going to be out that early in the morning. Just below normal by a couple of degrees on the almanac page. 53 the official high at the Chattanooga airport. 55 is where we should be for this time of the year. 77 the record high, last setback in 1998, and a record low that hasn't been broken since 1937. My dad was 1 year old at the time on that one. Looking at the temperatures again for the day, 41 the low, 37 is where we should be. We're now behind for the month by a little bit less than an inch, and we're getting drier. We could use some more rain. We're still behind for the year, approaching 8 inches. I think we're going to finish up 2023 on quite the deficit, depending on what happens. Right now, in order to get anywhere above where the rainfall amounts are for right now, we need to make up just about 8 inches to just make it out of the year at an even amount of about 51 inches or so, give or take. Now, again, that depends on how much rain we get. Dividing all of this up by what we are behind at this time, we need approximately 2¼ inches per week for the rest of the year, for the next 3.5 weeks, basically, to equal out just to break even. And that's a lot of rainfall. So whether or not we get that is going to be rather on the interesting side to see if that actually happens. But we'll keep an eye on the rainfall chances, and we'll let you know a little bit more about what's coming our way. We did have some clouds, a little bit of activity drifting on through. Last night's rain is a distant memory. The flow now is offshore on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, thanks to some areas of high pressure pushing in that general direction. The biggest and closest one is over into the Red River Valley, and we'll see that continue for now. The air moving this way, heading offshore, so that's cutting off the Gulf and the East Coast. Our next storm system is sitting well off to our west, and it's just beginning to make its way across the West Coast. Now, in the next couple of days, what we're going to be seeing is this storm system making its way across the country, developing a pretty decent area of low pressure as it goes farther to the east, and that is going to draw up moisture. With that area of high pressure helping out, that'll start moving moisture onshore for this system to start interacting with. And as that happens, we'll be looking at better potential of showers and thunderstorms, maybe a brief possibility of some winter weather, but emphasis on the word brief. We're just not seeing that much going on for our potential. Frosty in the morning, temperatures back in the lower 30s. Mid 50s, should be at to just above normal as we get into tomorrow afternoon, but otherwise not bad. Again, just about as typical as you can get for this time of the year on Thursday. More clouds and winds out of the southwest. That'll keep temperatures up a little bit into the early portions of Friday morning. Friday afternoon, easily back in the mid to upper 50s. Looks like that'll be about the best we can do for now. A few 60s out to the east and to the southeast and the northeast of us for now, as temperatures remain quite mild there. Chances of rain start to make their way in as we go towards Saturday morning very early. No sign of any frozen precipitation coming up, but that could be an issue. And then later on Saturday, late afternoon and evening, that's where that next line starts coming on through. And anything that develops in advance of that line, that is where we could see the potential of some more rougher weather coming our way. I don't see any severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center is showing nothing in the way of severe weather for tonight. We're seeing nothing in the way of severe weather for Thursday. What we are seeing is a marginal threat on the 3-day forecast, well back over toward Fort Smith, Tulsa. The Oklahoma area is going to see that pickup of the potential of some areas of rain and thunderstorms there. Some of those thunderstorms have a marginal threat of becoming severe. The pale green polygon is just for generic thunderstorms, and keep in mind that's for Friday, so nothing is showing up over where we are. We will see that potential of more showers and thunderstorms developing as we get toward the weekend, and that's where we need to be paying attention. But for right now, the day 4 forecast shows the potential of thunderstorms becoming severe from Memphis down to about Houston, Texas. So for right now, that appears to be, again, the worst activity close enough to us. There's no indication in any of the Storm Prediction Center's forecasts for severe weather for the area on Sunday, or in fact at all at this point. So that's good news, and hopefully it'll stay that way as we see some calm conditions going on for the area for the most part leading up to that. And then we see, again, no major problems after that into next week. The 7-day forecast, looking at Island Cove Marina and Resort on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network. And we see, again, less in the way of anything going on in the way of clouds, some nice stars and planets out there for a good view for this evening. And the good news, again, I think for now is going to be the best possibility of seeing thunderstorms just on the weekend. Doesn't look like a widespread threat of severe weather, as we said, but it does look like indoor activities would be a very good idea as we get into the weekend. So please keep that in mind. Temperatures hit their peak around Saturday, mid to upper 60s there, and then cooling off below normal as we get into next week with plenty of sunshine. How much rainfall we get out of this, still a bit on the iffy side, but we'll keep an eye on that for the potential of anything stretching out. We could use the rainfall. A lot of folks in motion at this time of the year for holiday events, catching up with the loved ones, getting out and about for whatever reason, holiday parties and everything of that nature. So again, please keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll keep you updated on those potentials for right now. Weather Where the Troops Are, it's our little segment dedicated to what's going on at various locations where American service personnel may be serving their time and helping out with whatever missions they may be on. This is all free information over the internet. None of this is classified information. None of the locations are classified on here, but we give you the closest location we can and give you an idea as to what it is like. For instance, for Camp Bonsteel, the closest weather reporting station in the former Yugoslavia is in Skopje. I hope I'm saying that right. 43 degrees. Dew point at 43, so it's very humid, but no rainfall being detected, and calm winds into and around that particular area, so not bad. But we can pick up some pretty good amounts of winter weather in other various spots, excuse me, in the southern part of the Netherlands, 32 degrees. A bit of a wind out of the south at 6 miles per hour at Volkel Air Base, home of the 52nd Fighter Wing in Eindhoven, and a wind chill of 26 degrees, so a bit on the cold side there. Excuse me, even colder conditions well back on up to the far, far northwest and into around the northeastern part of Canada. 15 degrees at Thule Air Base at Pawtucket Airport. Southeast winds at 6, giving a wind chill of about +7 there. Into around the Horn of Africa. Camp Lemonnier, we lost the data earlier. Looks like the data is back for right now at the Naval Expeditionary Base in Djibouti. 79 degrees, dew point at 73, and 82 is what it feels like there. A little farther over to the north and east, let's go back to Iraq and see what the situation is there. 57 in Baghdad, a few clouds there, also in Najaf, also in Ankara, and into and around the area of Basra. Clear skies, 50 degrees, 46 at Suleimania International, 54 degrees at Al-Assad Air Base there. Let's go back over into and around, where are we going here? Back into the middle of the Pacific. We do have, again, a decent amount of some clouds off to the south of Guam. 85 degrees, 94 the heat index, even with a temperature difference of about 6-7 degrees out there, almost 9 degrees out there. So we did manage to get a decent amount of some very warm conditions, but a little bit on the warmer side there for now. Let me see if I still have it someplace. I think we had it here from around the islands of Japan. Quick check out this direction showing that no major amount of cold air spilling down from Canada. The blue colors indicate some fairly cold conditions making their way into eastern parts of Mongolia and eastern China for now, but temperatures decently comfortable. No rain or snow being seen across the Japanese islands for now. Heading to a little bit farther, not much farther to the west, but a look at the Korean Peninsula, and comfortable numbers at lunchtime on Thursday. Temperatures back in the 40s and the lower 50s, so not bad. And we haven't done this one for a while. Let's hope the weather information is holding on this one. Rota, Spain, naval station there, 55 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning on Thursday in southern Spain. Looking at, again, some pretty mild conditions there, so not doing too bad. If you've got someone out there who's serving, again, many thanks to them for doing the duty for their country and wearing the uniform, so thank you very much to them for that. National Weather Service Huntsville Winter Workshop for anybody who's deaf or hard of hearing will be coming up next week, tomorrow at 6 p.m., Thursday, December 12th. ASL and CART services will be provided, so if you are, again, deaf or hard of hearing, that, again, is a way that you can keep in touch with what's going on. Great to see the National Weather Service including the deaf and hard of hearing community to make certain more people are informed with what's going on, including more people with that can help us study weather and also help all of us stay safe. So something to think about on that. Last night was the National Weather Service Huntsville training the areas of DeKalb and Jackson counties in Alabama. Tomorrow, the National Weather Service Huntsville, or National Weather Service Morristown, which covers the northern part of the News 12 viewing area, will be holding another Skywarn training session, this one in McMinn County at the county courthouse in Athens, Tennessee, 6 p.m., Thursday, December 7th. If you live in and around Athens or McMinn County, areas around, say, western Monroe, Meigs County, Ray County, northern Bradley County, register for a seat at weather.gov/MRX, and then, again, plan to attend. The more severe weather spotters we have, the more protected we all are. So if anybody out there has never been a Skywarn spotter, please consider it. This is a spotter meeting, not a chase course. If you want to learn how to chase, there's plenty of places out there to learn. This is how you learn about weather and how to protect yourself when severe weather hits, what to look for, and more importantly, what to call back to the National Weather Service so they can take your report of what you're seeing wherever you happen to be. You don't have to be at home. Obviously, again, with plenty of mobile phones out there, if you're from McMinn County and you happen to be in Chattanooga and you see severe weather going on, National Weather Service could use that. They'll give you a special toll-free number that you can use to call in and report what goes on, or you can email the system through their website. If you're an amateur radio operator, you can contact them that way. But again, that's tomorrow night, lasts about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how many questions are asked and answered. And they're great opportunity to learn directly from the National Weather Service. Again, this is free to attend, so why do you need to register? If there's too many people showing up, if there's going to be room enough for 30 and 200 people show up, you can't put 200 people in a 30 count room. So if there's a need to put another meeting on the calendar, if there's a need to find a bigger room to go to, a different facility, that's why you need to register. It's called being polite. So if you'd like to attend, please consider that. Again, that is going to be tomorrow night, Thursday the 7th, in the McMinn County Courthouse in Athens, Tennessee. If you're from around the area, register and attend and learn more about severe weather so you can help out everybody in the community by staying safe. The next one, again, this is normally the next question asked. When's the one upcoming for Hamilton County and Chattanooga? That one will be next year when the bulk of severe weather training sessions are held. But we want to tell you about this to make certain you know a little bit more about what is going on so you can put this on your calendar. Friday, February 9th, 6 p.m., CHI Memorial Hospital on DeSales Avenue. Again, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday the 9th of February, 2024, so that's next year. Register for a seat at weather.gov/MRX, and please plan to attend on that. Great opportunity, again, to learn a little bit more about what severe weather is, what it is not, looking for the signs of that. And once again, if you have not the opportunity to go to a meeting, you can go to the Comet MetEd site and take their online Skywarn spotter training courses, get the certificate, and then you can sign up and attend a in-person course with that much more knowledge. You can take the course. Again, this is free, but you do have to register for this, and that's very easy to do. Tons of great continuing education unit type situations there. Excuse me. With, again, these programs that go from terminal aerodrome forecasts to flash flooding predictions to hailstone interpretation to emergency manager meeting type information. It's really a great site to go to, and it's at meted, meted.ucar.edu if you'd like to attend for free. The authors of the course and the UCAR site recommends that after you successfully take this course, take one in person like the one tomorrow night in Athens to make certain that you are up to date on things, and so you can be on the National Weather Service contact sheets in case something happens that they need to be able to contact you on there. So something to think about. Please consider becoming a Skywarn volunteer so we can all stay safe. The year 1816 is known as the year without a summer. What actually caused that drop in temperatures? It was a disastrous year 200 years ago when crops failed. They had frost in summertime in some parts of the world, mass starvation going on. It just goes to show just how delicately balanced our atmosphere and our environment on this planet is, and how a fairly small thing by comparison can change all that. The most votes went to the pollution from coal fires that people use to stay warm. It's what caused a lot of fogs around London over the years. Solar system dust got 2% of the vote, 4% went to solar flares, and 28% went to volcanic eruption, which was actually the correct answer. The volcano known as Tambora in Southeast Asia around Indonesia was one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in modern history. And just that one volcano pumping out millions and millions of cubic feet of dust and ash and rocks got into the atmosphere, and that reflected light away from our planet, and the temperatures for about a year tanked until all that stuff that got thrown up into the atmosphere by the volcano actually was able to filter out of the atmosphere and conditions improved. But one volcano, just consider that, one volcanic eruption caused a major disaster. It's amazing to think about. It's been one of the most studied events in history. It's really cool to take a look and see the effects of which that happened, but very scary to consider that ever happening again. But that is the answer to our Panaagua Auto Mall weather question of the day. So thank you very much for being our sponsor, And thank you very much again for voting in our poll. A new question goes up at midnight, so please be sure to stop by wdef.com/vote now, and we'll have more there for you on that. I think that should do it for tonight. We're going to end things a little bit sooner. We've only been on here for about 20 minutes. Usually go for about a half an hour or so, keeping people informed. Want to tell you that tomorrow night we may not have a weather overtime depending on what goes on. I can't say too much, but what I can say is that there's going to be a lot of changes coming up here at News 12 in the next 24 hours, and we may or may not be able to do a weather overtime segment depending on how things go. The confidence is high that we will be able to get on the web and get things done, but in about 24 hours you're going to be seeing a lot of different new things happening about the 5:30 show and following through the afternoon and evening and into the nighttime show. Hopefully we'll be able to get weather overtime taken care of. We'll again be bringing you that information a little bit later on, so stay tuned for more on that. But in the meantime, stay tuned to News 12 again, bringing you updated weather information as best as we can, and making certain you stay informed out there in the Tennessee River Valley and beyond. Again, keep up to date with me on all these local all these social media sites, and of course local forecasts available at wdef.com/weather if you'd like to tune in and see more about what's going on here. And again, any questions, contact me. If there's something you want to see on here, more worldwide weather, more satellite pictures, more whatever, we can't do this without you, the viewer. So if you would like to tell us what you would like to see on here, send us a link, send us information, email us through the website. We're all on there. Andrew, Emily, Mr. Rick, again, for everything. You let us know what you think. We can't, again, update you without knowing. For instance, the gentleman who commented on our Facebook page that our weather question trivia was, how did he put it, irrelevant. So thank you very much, sir, for checking in and voicing your opinion. Doesn't mean I agree with it, but again, thank you very much for participating and checking in for that. I'll have more details on your complete forecast tonight on News 12 at 11. And again, stay tuned tomorrow. Going to be some interesting changes made here in the studio. We'll talk more about that again tomorrow night, assuming we're on, and show you a little bit more about what the new hubbub is all about. And again, that'll be coming up tomorrow. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. Chip Chapin has your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., so tune in on Thursday for all the detailed forecasts, and stay tuned for News 12 on air and online for the latest information around the Tennessee River Valley and beyond.